It was 1962, and tensions between America and Russia were mounting. The two countries were in the midst of a space race, and the fate of each nation, as well as the world, rested upon the outcome. The United States of America was suffering critical losses in the sprint for space. The Russians had launched the first intercontinental ballistic missile, capable of carrying and delivering a heavy nuclear warhead, deployed Sputnik 1, the first artificial satellite, sent a dog as the first creature to ever enter and orbit space, and in the worst blow yet, achieved the first human spaceflight. With Russia's successes in their launches of satellites and missiles, the once hypothetical fear of spies and wars from above became all too real. President John Fitzgerald Kennedy had been in office for a year and a half, stepping into position as President of the United States in the midst of the prosperity of Russia's space program. The young president, beloved by the American people for his charisma and intelligence, faced great pressure. He knew that something had to be done to confront this impending threat. If the challenge President Kennedy was facing wasn't already serious enough, the U.S. had just suffered crippling humiliation when the Vanguard rocket, a rushed follow-up to Russia's Sputnik missions, completely disintegrated in a disaster televised to the entire world.
Split seconds.
Kennedy knew something must be done, something that would inarguably cement the United States of America as the clear superiors to Russia and to the world. He wanted to do the impossible, land a man on the moon. Such a miraculous endeavor was believed to be an impossible feat and even a foolhardy task, especially by directors such as James Webb, the administrator of NASA, and Jerome Wiesner, chairman of the President's Science Advisory Committee. A moon landing was discussed frequently and passionately.
But this is important for political reasons, international political reasons, and this is, whether we like it or not, an intensive race. So I think we have to take the view this is the top priority. There are real unknowns as to whether man can live under the weightless condition and you'll ever make the lunar landing. This is one kind of political vulnerability I'd like to avoid such a flat commitment to. We don't know a damn thing about the surface of the moon, and we're making the wildest guesses about how we're going to land on the moon. And we could get a terrible disaster from putting something down on the surface of the moon that's very different than we think it is.
The discussions soon came to their culmination, and Kennedy made the decision. More than the physical and military advancements that Russia had gained through their feats, they also were securing their image as the top world power, a dangerous threat in the midst of a growing Cold War. America had to accomplish something so monumental that it would be unparalleled by any other achievement in the history of humanity. Kennedy believed landing a man on the moon was the only choice. It would become seared into the minds of mankind. America walked on the moon. But perhaps Kennedy himself said it best.
But why, some say, the moon? Why choose this as our goal? And they may well ask, why climb the highest mountain? We choose to go to the moon. We choose to go to the moon in this decade and do the other things, not because they are easy, but because they are hard. Because that goal will serve to organize and measure the best of our energies and skills. Because that challenge is one that we're willing to accept, one we are unwilling to postpone, and one we intend to win.
And America responded. Inspired by Kennedy's grand view and spurred on by his belief in our ability to achieve, the country pushed forward confidently, and NASA's space program made dramatic leaps and bounds. On July 16, 1969, Kennedy's dream was achieved as the Apollo 11 took off on its illustrious journey.
6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All engine running. Liftoff. We have a liftoff. 32 minutes past the hour. Liftoff on Apollo 11.
4 days later, history was made. John F. Kennedy's vision had been realized. America walked upon the moon.
That's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind.